Alright, today let's talk about the fundamentals. We'll focus on the forehand frame. Let me share my philosophy on table tennis with you. Honestly, there are many great coaches. By the time players reach the provincial or national level, success often comes down to the athlete's natural talent, not just the coaching. Why do I love to teach? It's because I truly understand how you all feel. When I was young and not very good, my father would pay the better players to practice with me. It's a very frustrating feeling when you're not good at this sport. In a large group class, nobody wanted to play with me. I only had 1 hour of practice, while they played all the time, so my fundamentals were weak. So my father would pay them, hoping they would give me a real practice session. So I deeply understand the mindset of amateur players. I feel the same as you, timid, feeling like no one wants to play with us, and very nervous. When you see a skilled player, you might feel intimidated, afraid to talk to them or ask them to play. I believe you need me more, which is why I always try to explain complex techniques in a simple way. I also hope to encourage amateur players to practice together and do multi-ball drills. I sincerely hope that more advanced players can take the time to practice with beginners. It's incredibly helpful for them. And you'll find that helping others brings you a lot of joy. Now, let me explain my current understanding of table tennis technique. I believe that perfect technique is only crucial in the first 1 or 2 years. In the beginning, you should try to make your movements as standard as possible. This will raise your potential ceiling later on. However, in the intermediate stage, the exact form of your strokes is less important. The key issue is your footwork. You should start learning to find the right position and time your shots. This means finding your contact point and timing. Both footwork and rhythm are critical. For example, on a backspin ball, you need to decide, do I loop it at the top of the bounce or right as it starts to fall? You need to control your rhythm and not rush. Third, you need to develop awareness. If your push goes into the net, you need to open your racket angle. If it pops up high, you need to close it. You must learn to adjust. At the intermediate level, I believe you should focus on movement, positioning, rhythm, spacing, and making adjustments. At a higher level, like college athletes or advanced amateurs like my teaching assistant, Shui, you should develop your own tactical style. This is when you should seek an expert coach to teach you match strategy. They might watch you for an hour and give you just 10 sentences of advice, but every word will be gold. They give you a direction, and you work to understand and implement it. At that level, you don't need constant technical coaching. You should find a coach you respect to help you analyze your matches and guide your training phases. Trying to overhaul your technique at this stage is counterproductive because of your established muscle memory. It will only cause your level to drop, and you don't have the time to rebuild from scratch. So, you should approach your development in 3 distinct phases, not just by constantly trying to fix your strokes. Back in 2021, I might have told you differently, but this is the 2025 version of Coach Han speaking. I also believe in a personalized approach for amateurs. Everyone plays for different reasons and with different goals. Some people come to our camp at 70, still wanting to improve their technique and build a standard forehand and backhand frame. Others might feel that at 50, they should just stay home and shouldn't be trying to learn a new sport. Everyone's values are different. From my experience, in this camp, many players who pull their elbow back or push it forward end up with elbow injuries. Players with tense shoulders get shoulder pain. Those who jump around too much end up needing knee braces. So, it's crucial to correct these major technical flaws. If you don't, you are setting yourself up for injuries down the line. Let's summarize. We'll start with the forehand. There are 3 main challenges to building a solid forehand frame. First, you must learn to let your body lead your arm. I'll explain this in detail. The second challenge is to separate the movement of your upper arm and forearm, so they don't move as one piece. Third, we need to understand the overall direction of force for our strokes. Once you master these 3 points, your forehand will be solid. Let's break them down. First, the frame. Why do so many players use only their arm? It's because you're not using your body correctly. This often happens because you start your backswing with your arm already at your side. When your hand is at your side and you rotate, you'll feel rushed and jammed by the incoming ball. So, how do we fix this? You must learn to keep your hand in front of your body, not at your side. When your hand is in front, your body's rotation will naturally bring your arm into the correct side position for the backswing. As your body rotates forward, your hand will naturally move to the front. The ready position should be with your hand in front of your navel. When you rotate your body, focus on 2 points. First the hip, then the shoulder. For players who struggle to rotate, I tell them to just focus on turning their hip, then their shoulder. They immediately get the feeling. Let the body initiate the backswing. It's the same for looping. Keep your hand in front and let the body lead. It's also true for looping backspin. Now, let's discuss the range of body rotation. Many players feel awkward when they turn because their stance is too narrow. A narrow stance causes you to twist your hips unnaturally, which messes up your center of gravity. So, what's the correct way? Widen your stance, feet pointing slightly outwards, not in a pigeon-toed stance. This provides a stable base for your lower body to coordinate with your rotation. Load, drive, load, drive. Widen your stance, feet angled slightly out. Don't make it too narrow. It should be significantly wider than your shoulders. Second point, why do people struggle with hip rotation? It's because your rotation is sideways, from right to left, instead of forward, from right to front. When you rotate sideways, it feels ineffective, like you're better off not using your body at all. It feels awkward, hinders your recovery, and makes you want to just arm the ball. When your body rotation doesn't add power to the shot, you naturally lose faith in the movement. So, when you rotate back, your weight should be on your right side for any forehand stroke, drive, loop, or against backspin. You must engage your right side. What does it mean to load? It means you should feel your foot gripping the floor, generating power from the ground up. You shouldn't be wobbly or unstable. So, as you load onto your right foot and rotate back, your upper body, especially your right side, must drive forward into the ball, not sideways to the left. When you drive forward, none of your body's power is wasted. It's all transferred directly into the ball. Your arms should feel very relaxed throughout this motion. Rotate and drive, rotate and drive. This is how the body leads the arm, creating a coordinated, powerful stroke. And a third point, why is many people's hip rotation so awkward? It's because the correct motion is actually very small, and your hips must stay tense the whole time. If you try to swing your hips widely like in a dance, it becomes uncoordinated. The rotation should be a compact, explosive action. Look, my motion isn't very large, but it's highly coordinated. This applies to looping as well. It's not a twist, it's a very compact rotation. This rotation happens while maintaining proper posture, leaning forward, core engaged, and shoulders slightly rounded. Do not rotate from an upright posture. The movement can't be too large. Don't twist your waist or hips. Your whole body should be compact, like you're sprinting, not like you're taking a casual stroll. Maintain that athletic posture throughout the rotation. Also, it's crucial that you're driving the shot with your shoulder. A good way to feel this is to hug yourself, then open your arms. That's the feeling of having your shoulders rounded. If your shoulders are flared back and chest puffed out, your stroke will be very inefficient. If you pull your shoulder back and then try to push it forward, your stroke turns into a simple push. Your shoulders should remain rounded throughout the stroke. Watch my shoulder carefully, see how it stays rounded? It stays rounded during the rotation, rounded as I follow through, rounded on the backswing, and rounded on the follow-through again. The backswing is done with a rounded shoulder, and the follow-through is also done with a rounded shoulder. I notice many players' shoulders don't rotate at all. They just swing their arm. They're either completely still or they pull their shoulder back. That's incorrect. You must rotate. The feeling should be this: for any forehand shot, as I prepare, my left shoulder should be pointing at the ball, with my right shoulder rounded. Then, I drive forward to hit the ball. For very fast balls, I might not have time for a full rotation and my shoulders will face forward. But if the ball is slower, I must rotate my shoulders to face the ball. Left shoulder points to the ball, right shoulder drives through. This will give your shots very high quality. Many players ask if they need to drop their shoulder in the forehand frame. Absolutely, you do. Why do we drop the shoulder? It helps us get into the right position to contact the ball at the ideal height, usually the top of the bounce. If you keep your shoulder level during the backswing and then try to generate power, your right shoulder will often rise above your left, which is a common mistake. For topspin shots from close or mid-distance, the main direction of force from your shoulder is forward, not upward. During your stroke, there's no shot that requires you to lift your shoulder up or swing it back. The motion is always forward with a rounded shoulder. Watch, rounded shoulder, drive forward. The posture remains consistent. The entire force from the shoulder is directed forward. No topspin or backspin shot requires you to lift your shoulder up. For example, many players hit backspin balls into the net and then try to compensate by lifting up. I tell them to focus on a back-to-front motion, and they gradually find the right feeling. How do you learn to drop your shoulder? Here is a very effective method. Try to get this feeling. From a standing position, use your right hand to touch your right knee. Now, open up, round your chest, and lift your hand. That's the correct posture. Touch the area of your right knee with your right hand. Then pick up your paddle. This is the feeling your shoulder should have, rounded. If you don't drop your shoulder, you will struggle to loop backspin balls. Look, with my shoulder down, I can drive it forward, which generates high-quality shots with real power. If you don't fix this, you'll face a problem with backspin. Your coach will tell you to get lower, but you physically can't get down to the ball. Or you'll resort to another common mistake: squatting straight down instead of rotating. So, you must learn the feeling of a dropped shoulder. This will build the foundation for your backspin loop later on.
对，大家都很开心，我们的氛围太好。
对，非常开心。
所以今天我哭了，姐姐们也好多哭了。
时间太长了，就是待
着10天的安徽69岁的叔叔也哭了。
特别不容易。69了，非常认可小海老师，天天过来打球。
还有你，就是跟帅天天学，真哭了，真受不了。他一抱我吧，我就受不了。家哭的
太感动了，这确实是非常感动。
本来我就是个感性的孩儿，待1个月，我估计我们得吃好几顿饭，真哭，真是受不了。
对，
不能说，一说又想哭。就有一个大爷跟我说：“小老师，我可能这辈子只能见你1次了。”
确实， 所以说，
很感触
对，小艾老师一定会，我们一定会努力的。
对，以后我们再多走出去培训。
对，给大家就做最好。
Join our membership to unlock daily exclusive shorts and discover the coach's secret tips and tricks on table tennis technique. You'll also get our weekly on-court coaching series. Silver members get even more and also unlock the exclusive weekly Coach's Corner series. Thank you for supporting the channel's growth.